Heyo, grade crossing. Welcome back to another episode of The Commute. And I'd like to pose a question to you guys. Right now we're in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic, so traveling is not massively, necessary or a good idea in a lot of cases. But if I ever got the opportunity, should I do a road trip? Because I really want to do a road trip vlog series to somewhere. I really want to do some traveling for the channel. I think that would be really fun, and I think it's necessary for just about every channel that has any kind of vlogging content ever. I don't really count the Anacortes vlog because I've never really documented any trips. And I mean, I've got a couple places in mind that I'd be willing to do trips to, like as I've mentioned before, Washington State, not DC. No. That's a long story. But Washington State, we've got a house up there. I think that would be a really fun drive. That would be basically halfway across the country. So several days of driving and several days of content, road trip content, however much content you can get from just driving constantly. I think that would be really fun because that would have lots of different types of scenery, and Washington is a really, really awesome place. One of my favorite places in the world. And I've traveled a fair bit, so I can say that and have it actually mean something, I feel like. I definitely want to do that and just basically all of these trips during a time of favorable weather. I've done the drive from Houston to Washington State with my family during the winter. Not a wise decision. I mean, it was fun and stressful and sketchy, which made it stressful because sometimes we had visibility that didn't let us see over the hood of the car, and a lot of slipperiness and just super low temperatures, which meant that whenever we'd park and pour a bowl of water for the dog, puppy at the time, we'd have to get the dog to drink it as fast as possible so that it wouldn't freeze, because it would freeze that quickly. It was pretty amazing. Another spot is Houston. Driving to Houston could be cool because that is where the channel started. So it'd be like there and back again. A Joker's tale, a racing Joker's tale. I could drive the car back to the dealer that I bought the car at. Could document some of the wacky cars that you see in Houston. Could potentially buy a car in Houston. Like, not a BMW, but something like an Audi, like an RS3 maybe. I was planning on trying to keep it a secret that I like the Audi RS3, but I really like talking about the Audi RS3. So that would be interesting. Not a lot of great roads in Houston, but the road trip to there would be cool, and it wouldn't be that long. One place I'd love to take you guys to is Arizona. You know, like Phoenix, Scottsdale, all that sort of stuff. I've been there. I went there for the first time pretty recently with, she was my fiance then, but my wife, to visit my grandparents, and it was a very, very beautiful place. And, Arizona has, as far as I can tell, a fantastic car scene, and I've always wanted to really check it out, so a road trip to there would lead to car show content, seeing cool cars, and seeing the scenery, a lot of seeing things and experiencing stuff. And I think Arizona would be a great option. After that, and this is a very likely road trip that I'm going to do, I'd love to take you guys back to Iowa City. I was there for a good portion of the channel's life, but it wasn't really documented all that well. Like, you guys have seen me drive around here a lot, and I hit 1,000 subscribers. The channel started going viral kind of near the end of my time in Iowa, and I still have friends there. And so I thought, a road trip down to Iowa City I think would be really fun, and it would be a fun way to take any cool cars down there, because the main street, Clinton Street, is fun to drive on because lots of people are always walking up and down there, and with a loud car you've got a lot of potential to scare people. Only problem is that the cops there are annoying. But hey, like I've done some content in Iowa City before, even driving content, but that was before I had like even 400 subscribers. So not really doesn't really count. So I want to go back there at some point. I think that'd be really fun because you've got downtown area that would be fun to cruise in. I don't know, it's good vlog potential. I could see if my previous landlord would be willing to let me get some pictures off of the roof of the apartment I stayed at. The last apartment I stayed at, I had two. First one was not so great. Second one was awesome. Another place is Chicago. Chicago would be a fun place to road trip to. It would mostly be for the drive. I don't really know what I would document once I'm over there. I do want to go to McLaren, Chicago, or Chicago, McLaren, because, you know, that place is really interesting to me. And if I'm not mistaken, the owner of that dealer owns two very special cars, a McLaren P1 LM and a McLaren F1 LM. And let me just translate for you why that's really cool. The McLaren F1 LM and the P1 LM are road legal versions of the GTR variants of those cars. So he has a P1 GTR that he can drive on the road. He has an F1 GTR that he can drive on the road. God knows how much money that F1 LM is worth, but I would love to see those cars in person somehow, because they're works of art and literal pieces of automotive history. So that would be really cool. Plus, I can do rail fanning in Chicago, but that's not really for this channel. But then finally, in the number one slot, this isn't really a list. A place that I need to go to sometime, just because I'm a car channel and I do vlogs and all that sort of stuff, is LA. I'm never going to move to LA, but because I don't want to have to register my cars there, because nah. But LA, there's so many YouTubers there, so many cool events, so many cool places. I'd love to visit the Fast and the Furious filming locations. I'd love to visit Top Rank. I'd love to see Craig Lieberman in person. I've spoken to him so many times on the phone now. We've just never been able to meet in person. So that would be a good opportunity for that. It would be a great opportunity to see some wild cars. I don't know when American Le Mans Series is coming back, but I'd love to see that. Visit Laguna Seca. Is that WeatherTech Raceway now? Because it used to be Mazda Raceway. I've got all sorts of reasons to go down there. It would be a fun road trip, and it would be a fantastic destination. There'd be great food down there too. I really want to have some more LA food. I've been to LA and Hollywood, I want to say twice, I think. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think twice. It was a long time ago. But yeah, those are all the places that I really want to visit sometime. If you guys got other suggestions, I know you'll share them. But let me know what you think of the ones that I've listed so far. Because I think they've got some great potential for content, and it would also be a fun experience for me. Being passed on the right by a pickup truck. Alrighty then. And I wasn't hanging out in the left lane for all that long, but okay.